Welcome to the Lord Rexworth podcast, where we embark on a transformative journey to set your mind and spirit on the right path. I'm Lord Rexworth. Join me from Castle Rexworth as we engage in insightful conversations with a diverse range of guests, including VTubers, content creators, and thought leaders. Delve into the realms of creativity, inspiration, and self-discovery as we explore the stories and perspectives that shape the digital landscape. Whether you're seeking motivation, entertainment, or simply a moment of tranquility, the Lord Rexworth podcast offers a multifaceted experience that transcends the boundaries of traditional content. Tune in and join us on this captivating exploration of the mind, the spirit, and the fascinating world of those who inspire us. In a world often marked by its challenges and trials, it's all too easy to lose sight of one of the most fundamental truths of our existence, that each and every one of us is deeply loved. Yes, loved. Loved not just by those closest to us, but by a universe that has conspired since the dawn of time to bring us into being, to shape us, and to guide us along the intricate paths of our lives. Loved not for what we do or what we achieve, but simply for who we are. You see, my dear friends, love is not a scarce resource to be rationed out only to those deemed worthy by arbitrary standards. No, love is abundant, it is boundless, it is unconditional, it flows through the very fabric of our existence, connecting us all in a web of compassion and empathy that transcends the boundaries of time, space, and circumstance. Each and every one of us is a unique expression of this universal love. From the depths of our souls to the outer reaches of our being, we are bathed in its warm embrace, nurtured by its gentle touch, and uplifted by its unwavering presence. But you may ask, why? Why are we loved? What have we done to deserve such boundless affection? Well, the answer, my friends, lies not in our accomplishments or our possessions, but in our very essence as human beings. We are loved because we are capable of love, because we are capable of kindness, of empathy, of compassion, because we possess the miraculous ability to connect with one another on a level that transcends the limitations of our physical existence. We are loved because in our moments of weakness and vulnerability, we find strength in one another's arms. Because in our moments of doubt and uncertainty, we find solace in one another's words. Because in our moments of despair and darkness, we find hope in one another's hearts. My guest today is the person with whom I have shared such moments recently. We both came together with broken hearts, and in the process of piecing them back together found that fragments of one fit quite well with the other. What started as mutual admiration and respect blossomed into a fondness, even a fancying of each other. To now, we're going out on dates, we're getting to know each other better, we're becoming more comfortable with each other and trying our best to take our time before we make anything official. Genevieve Yoso, welcome to the Lord Rexworth podcast.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Yes, and it's so lovely to have you here. I think there's something about every episode that I really enjoy doing, but this one's special. This one's really special, and mostly because you're here.
That's too much flattery.
Well, you'd best get used to it, my dear. You best get used to it.
I'll try.
So, question. First question. I suppose for those who are new to the podcast, new to the streams that I do, perhaps we should introduce you to everybody. Why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and tell us just who you are and how you came to be a VTuber.
Oh boy.
Take your time.
Okay. Well, like you said, I am Genevieve Yoso. I'm mostly known as an elemental goddess VTuber who, let's just say, I like to do a lot of variety in my streams, a lot of different games, so to speak, and an even bigger variety of wardrobe. But we don't worry about that.
Yeah.
um.
Yeah, quite the closet of clothing and outfits and costumes for this one. If you've never seen his streams before,
Don't worry, my wardrobe is walk-in. Nothing's overflowing.
just overflowing with good taste.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
So, how did you get your start with streaming in general? I think you once told me that you started um, with what was it, a PlayStation or an Xbox console streaming
The
gameplay over
PlayStation
the
4.
yeah, and then um,
Oh,
so tell us about that and tell us about the journey from that to becoming a VTuber.
oh boy. Okay, so I started streaming New Year's Eve in 2019, because things had really gotten to a point where I was just kind of sick of not being able to belong in a community. So I just thought the only place I would really belong is the community I made myself. So that's what really pushed me to start streaming. I wanted to feel accepted and welcomed by people for who I am, and I streamed from my PlayStation for 2 years. 2 years before I got my computer. 2 years of streaming on my PlayStation without a mic, mind you guys, without a mic.
Oh wow.
I was under the assumption I was not allowed to use a mic. I thought I couldn't talk with anyone online because protective parents, you know. Um, and then the day came, I finally got my computer for Christmas 2021, along with new headset, keyboard, mouse. And I just thought, wait, you're letting me speak? And then my mom says, what do you mean? You've always been allowed. You could have told me that.
Wow.
You could have told me that.
I mean, sometimes it's the things that parents don't tell their children. It's like, they're behaving themselves already. Why take the risk?
So I guess just from there, I just kind of got a whole bunch of overlays together. And I think like from there was when I had my first stream as an actual PNG tuber. But I kind of started going down the VTuber rabbit hole in about late 2020, sort of. I remember the first VTuber I watched was Ayumi Onesan. She was she's just so sweet. She's a big sister VTuber. Always looking out for her viewers, and she gives some of the best ara-aras. Why do you think her followers are called the ara-ara army?
Fair enough. You and I, we know a thing or two about a good ada ada. It's a popular redeem with your channel as well as mine, and
Well, with mine, it's more the co-hosts giving an ara, and I mean Rex here knows all about that. A lot of people use it on him.
mhm. Yes, it's a live redeem on my channel. Enough channel points, and someone can redeem an ada ada, and yes, Genevieve here is quite fond of those.
To say I'm fond is an understatement.
Right. So you've actually admitted as such that the ada adas you tend to describe it as folding.
I think that's the easiest way we can put it, but yeah.
Sort of tends to turn you into like putty in someone's hands or something like that. You
Yeah,
melt.
pretty
You
much.
melt. You
Yes,
melt.
yes, yes.
Which I mean, it's people have their certain qualities and charms that some people may find it rather ordinary, but for others they swoon over it, and I guess we found what makes you swoon. Nothing wrong with that. Um, so yeah, you're coming up on what is it, 2 years as a VTuber now?
Um, on the 12th of March, yeah, it will
Mm,
be 2 years since my debut with an actual moving model.
that's incredible. Yeah, so you did the traditional route of at first there was no model, just a voice, and then PNG tuber,
Mm-hmm.
then an actual model, which I'm sure is a
Yep.
radical departure from what we see today.
Oh goodness, you remember the model I first joined Astaria with?
Yes, I do actually.
It was that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well, a lot of the finer
I had
details.
that one for all this time.
Oh wow, you got a lot of mileage out of that one. That's good.
And
That's
then
really
only New
good.
Year's Eve I had the new look, the 1.5 look.
Hmm. Yeah, and now you've got a live 2D model here of your mortal form, and I'm sure I'm sure more is in the works, especially given how much of a fashionista you are with all the different outfits and styles and everything.
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah,
But then again, if you expect the unexpected, you can't really be surprised by it, can you?
you know what? That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So we won't expect the unexpected. We'll just expect good things.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So, Project Estadia. Talk to us a bit about how you came to be a part of that.
Okay, well, at the time, I had just been rejected from Gen 2 of V Cuties,
Mm.
although they did disband a couple of months after. I don't know. I just felt a little down at the time. Just kept being rejected again. And then I saw Project Astaria was holding auditions for Gen 2, and I looked at it and I just thought, you know what, I might give it a shot. I'm I'll apply, but I'm probably not going to get it. I'm not I wasn't expecting much to come from it. I will be honest.
Mm.
I really did not think I would get in. And then the applications close, and one morning I woke up and I received a Twitter DM from the Project Astaria account saying the usual, "Hi, thank you for applying. We think you would be a great fit to the team." I had to read that over a few times. I saw that and I thought, "What? I'm sorry. You want me? You want me in? Did you even look at my content?"
Well, we did, and we thought it was quite good.
It wasn't until like a, a little bit after I joined that I found out that it was a unanimous decision to let me in, and I think that was what shocked me even more, that everyone agreed, you know what, she looks cool, she's got some really good content, let's bring her in.
Yeah. glad we did too. It's um, it's been fun having you as part of the group, and it's added a lot of liveliness to it. Um, a certain uniqueness I think we would be the lesser for without you. That's just my opinion, but I for one have really enjoyed having you as part of the group. A little biased, but
I've.
hey,
Hmm?
I'm a little biased, but hey.
I mean, hey, I have enjoyed my time as well.
Yeah. So time goes by. We all start Gen 1 and Gen 2 get to know each other and we all become fast friends. Um, and then, I don't know, something sort of happened between us where it just, I don't know, it always, it's hard to describe from my perspective, but it it almost feels like a certain, I guess maybe a small crush was was there. Um, sort of a he's cute. Oh, she's kind of cute too. Yeah. Um, yeah, just that sort of thing, innocent enough. Um, and I think it was I started to get an inkling when we did that Power Wash simulator collab, and then later on we just I don't know we kept on talking, and one night we were all sort of hanging out in VC, and I don't know, you and I we kind of talked about life and how far we'd come, and I guess topic inevitably moved to kind of past relationships and past hurts and things like that. I think I was in a bit of a down mood then, and I don't know, you really cheered me up, and just really kind and understanding about it all. But as part of an ongoing bitathon that you have that seems to almost
Still
never
going, mind
it
you.
it's still going.
Still
Um,
going.
yeah, every single time she gets 1,000 bits, that adds one more day to it, and
And
um,
that's just not individually either. That's like cumulatively from the whole community.
mhm, yeah, um, seems to be stretching on. No end in sight. Uh, sort of stuck in an endless loop. But one
I
of
mean, hey,
the
I'm here for it.
it's certainly fun, and it's neat to it's it's neat to see something like that going. I want to see if there's a world record that you can set. That would be awesome. Um,
That would be so cool if I could do that. Oh my goodness.
yeah, um, yeah. Get yourself a plaque from Guinness World Records or something. That'd be cool. Something to hang up on your wall. But one event in particular that came up was
Oh.
a
Oh no.
an application that opened up, and there was an application for a significant other, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Um, this was, I think, what was this, January where you did this?
Yeah,
Early
I think it
February?
was. No, it was. It was January when I did this.
The
I
application
think
read that the goddess Yoso has decided she would like to find a significant other, and this is your chance to date the beloved goddess. Um,
this is basically I I sort of like just released the applications online. I told everyone, "Hey, you want to have a stream date with me? Here's your chance. Fill this out." And it was during my 36-hour stream at the end of January
oh, that's
that,
right.
yeah, towards the end of it, I I read out all the applications, and a few friends and I were just hanging in the VC discussing over them. And then we got to the fifth entry, and certain somebody here decided to apply.
I, I, at first I didn't think much of it, but as I went along and looked at this, I said, no, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to do this right. We're going to do this the proper way. And
Bearing in mind, this was after he serenaded me, you guys. This was after he serenaded me the night before.
yeah, night before we were all playing golf with friends, and Jen here had said that she had never been sung to before. Nobody ever done anything like that. And
Never ever.
I heard that and my heart just ached at that. It was like, no, come on, surely. And she just said, no, nobody's ever done anything like that for
No one
me.
had ever sung to me like that
I
before. And then
just something rose up inside me. It was like, no, this cannot go on like this. If at no other time, if it never even happens again, just once, just this once. And so I very quickly dug up the lyrics to an old song by the Carpenters called For All We Know and sang it on stream for her. And um, she proceeded to cry tears of unbridled joy.
it was a cute moment, okay?
It really was. It really was. And like I said, not bad for a 50-year-old song.
It's so funny to this day.
Yeah. Yeah. It was something that this application, it was something that could be done for fun, which a lot of people did. I chose a serious arc. Um, and yeah, my answers, I mean, I asked her, why do you want to be my partner? And my answer was, you're a kind, lovely, sweet, wonderful person. I sense sometimes you fancy me a bit, and the feeling is mutual. I fancy you a bit too. But I could be wrong, in which case, feel free to ignore all this. If it works out, great. If not, hope we'd be mature enough to stay friends and be professional towards each other, but also won't blame you in the slightest if you just want to be friends. Hedging my bets a lot here, um, because, as I said, I've I've dealt with some pretty serious heartbreak and even some trauma from um, previous relationships, and it's it's not easy to put yourself out there again, and so I think it's understandable that I would be hedging a bit there. Um, the other question, where would I take Jen on a first date? My answer was either a fancy restaurant or a little hole in the wall place. Either way, place with great food, good drinks. We'd practically close out the place talking the night away. Then a romantic stroll in the moonlight. When the scenery and the moonlight and the moment are just right, I'd hold you close and kiss you. One of those romantic lingering kisses that makes a girl's foot pop up.
I think I had a little squeal over that on my stream.
I think you're
I just
right.
read that and I just had a little squeal.
Yeah. The hobbies I listed: video games, anime, movies, TV shows, streaming, traveling, music, reading, the usual stuff. Um, we choose to stay in for date night. What do we do? My answer was we cook something, maybe order takeaway. Fancy a pizza? We cuddle together on the sofa and either play video games or binge watch movies and shows. Yeah, I didn't think very much of that, but to hear your reaction, Jen, you were just over the moon. You're just like, oh my god, that's perfect. Um, favorite desserts? I mentioned Ferrero Rocher and Rondois, Gouffre chocolates, ice cream, and Japanese snacks. Um,
I do love me some Ferrero Rocher, guys. One of the best chocolates in this world.
amen.
And I refuse to hear otherwise.
Amen. Although I am going to need to get you some of these Gouffre chocolates because they actually
Oh.
do put Ferrero Rocher to shame. I mean, just when
Okay,
it
that one I'm actually excited to try.
one touch on your tongue of this chocolate, and it is as though the gates of heaven open and you will hear angels singing. That's how good they are, and that is no
What do
exaggeration.
you mean? I hear that every time you sing to me.
Okay, that was good. That is good.
Hey, I got him.
She's learning, everyone. She's learning.
I got him.
Yes, okay. The resident Riz master is getting rizzed here. I like it. I like this a lot. I could get used to this. uh yes, just call her Generizioso.
Hey.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Um the next question was, during a time of stress, how would you comfort me? I answered I'd hold you close to me, cuddling you, whispering how everything's going to be all right, urging you to breathe deeply. I'd kiss your forehead, tell you how much I love you, and just tell you how wonderful you are. Um, Simple enough, you know. Sometimes during difficult times, we just want to be told everything's going to be all right, and we just want to be held, and we just want to be told that we're loved. And that's not really asking for a lot. Um, and so that's what I would do. At least I pray I'd have the good sense to do that. Might not get it right all the time, but certainly try. Um, Favorite video games? I don't know. Most of these I
Well, I
don't
mean,
think.
the first one you put was Sonic.
The first one I put was Sonic. I think I won you over by putting that down first. Um, and
I just
then
I read that out loud on streams. Like, what's your favorite video game? Sonic. Yes.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the original Mega Drive. That was the very first video game I ever owned and played, and loved it. Absolutely loved it. Um, and yeah, now Jen here has got a copy of Sonic Origins, which has Sonic 2, and yeah, uh, we'll have to. I'd love to see her play that. I think she'll like it. But yeah, I answered that. Metal Gear, Yakuza, Shenmue, Tetris, Deus Ex, Mass Effect. Those are my favorites. And Doom, the original Doom, and maybe Duke Nukem. I like shooters. Let's see. We arranged to go to the cinema for a date. How does the day go? What movie do we watch? My answer was, if the date were in the immediate future, I'd take you to see Godzilla minus one or Godzilla minus one minus color. Failing that, a Japanese film, anime, maybe a classic Hollywood film, a kung fu or samurai flick, or something from the Criterion collection, which that intrigued you, I think.
I think there was a lot there that, like, the type of movies I hadn't really seen before. So
Hmm.
I thought something like that would be quite interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah. It's there's certainly a lot there for date nights. So we're spoiled for choice. That's a good thing. Um, give me a best pickup line. Make me
Oh
blush.
Lord, the pickup line.
Hmm.
The pickup line. Oh no.
Yes. My I threw everything and the kitchen sink in with this one. Here we go. Your Majesty.
Oh no.
Oh, I got to read it. I got to read it. I got
I
to
know,
read it.
I know, I know, I know.
Completionist. It's all right.
Ah!
You will be all right. You will live. I promise you. Everything's gonna be all right.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Your Majesty, if beauty were time, you'd be an eternity. Might I be graced with the honor of escorting you through the gardens and basking in the radiance of your regal presence?
I read that and I just thought, okay, he's won. He's won.
I guess yeah. This just needed the home run, needed the final goal, and just knocked it right in.
everyone, everyone just went. Yeah, he's won. I retract. I'm not even trying.
Yeah, we had some moments sort of like in that one movie about Beatles music where um, the main character does a playoff with or a song writing contest against Ed Sheeran. Um, alternate universe where the Beatles music doesn't exist, and um, Ed Sheeran writes an original, and then all of a sudden this guy responds with "The Long and Winding Road," and Ed Sheeran's just like, I yield. You're Mozart. I'm Scarieri. That kind of was what that felt like in the moment, and I almost felt a little bad for the for everybody else, but um, yeah, it that from there we sat down, we talked, um, we had and continue to have many conversations together about us, about the future. And we just approached this as mature adults in a very transparent and straightforward way, where we just started, um, I think, with the questions like, all right, so here we are. Um, how fast do we want to take this? Where do we want to go with this? I think we even had to ask ourselves one more time, it's like, do we really take this seriously? Um, because in our own communities, we do have our share of shippers, which I mean, they mean well, and certainly they're very kind and sincere about that. But
Yeah.
you never want to enter into something like this just to satisfy the shippers because they're not the ones that have to live with each other. We do, eventually, anyway. Um, but um, but yeah, I mean, we did have that conversation where it's like, are you sure you want to do this? And we both, I mean, if memory serves me right, we both answered, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, um, so yeah, when we decided, yes, we wanted to move forward with this, and so here we are, taking our time and um, just day by day, getting to know each other a little better, talking, getting comfortable with each other, trying to think things at our own pace, taking things s- slowly but not too slow.
Mm.
And yeah, we but we feel good about this. We really do.
It's honestly been just a fantastic experience, just taking it at a pace like this.
Yeah. We've both rushed into things in the past and have had our hearts broken. And so now we're both being acutely aware of that, trying our best not to make the same mistake again. Are we going to get everything right? No. But
Then again, who doesn't? Who doesn't get everything right?
that's a fair point. But we're trying. And that's what's important. Um, so, why don't I turn the tables on you, darling,
Uh,
and ask you these questions
oh no!
that you asked of me because it's only fair, right? It's only
I
fair.
know, but still.
So,
Oh,
why do you want to be my partner?
really sorry. Okay. No, I guess when I'm around you, you just seem to bring out the best in me, and I feel like when I'm around you, like everything that I have gone through, just it didn't happen. It doesn't mean anything now, and I just I feel happy. I feel at peace.
It's able to cleanse a lot of old hurts away and just heal you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's how I feel whenever I'm around you. I just feel this is the guy that can heal me. He's the one that can help me truly love someone again.
I feel the same way about you. Now, let's say you get the choice this time. Where would you take me on a first date?
Oh. I mean, is it really a first date anymore?
Well, where would you take me on a really special date?
Ooh. Okay, so they're really special. I think beforehand, I'd probably have to do a little bit of research on some really nice restaurants in our area. Um, probably find the best time for us as well. I like to do these things beforehand, okay? I like to plan. I like to plan. Don't judge me.
Nothing wrong with that.
I know. And I think I would just want to treat you to just a really extravagant night. Just full on elegance and just the finest that the place can offer. And I think once we're done there, would I think it would be the same cases as what you said. Like we'd end up just like staying there until they close. They probably get sick of us just staying there. just out the door. Hey, we're closing. You need to pay.
Hmm. All right, so
And
definitely
then
opting for the fancy restaurant. Okay, I like that.
and then I like the idea from yours about a nice stroll in the park. It's kind of a relaxing way to end a date. It's just, I don't know, something about it is just really sweet. Just a little stroll under the stars. Hopefully the moon will be out too.
You want to kiss under the moonlight?
Wouldn't that be just really romantic?
It would. It really would. Yeah. Okay. So, well, we're thinking the same way. All right. Your hobbies, and of course, this is helpful to know for everybody else who's interested in what you find interesting or cool.
Okay, if you do not know me by now, you guys should know I really like streaming myself. Obviously. I do also love gaming. Again, both on and off stream. I have a lot of fun, okay? I also like I like to read in my off time as well. I do a lot of reading. I'm quite a fan of like the fantasy genres, dystopian futures. I kind of like to draw a little bit as well. I used to do some drawing a couple of years ago. It wasn't anything amazing. It was just kind of a hobby, kind of a pastime. I also found I like to draw outfit inspirations. Probably why I have a lot of outfits. I get my inspiration from drawing them and then trying to make them myself, failing, and just seeing what's online.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
And of course, I cannot leave out K-pop. I cannot.
Yes.
I love me some K-pop, okay? I am not one of them cringy fans though, okay, you guys? I'm putting this out right now. Please do not mistake me for a netizen. I am 100% not that kind. Just let me enjoy my music. And you can enjoy yours. And we can leave it at that.
Yeah. So, safe to say, throughout your day, or just when you need a bit of cheering up, you got some K-pop going on your Spotify.
Or my YouTube music.
Yeah, all that. Cool.
It helps when you are premium.
Yeah, absolutely. So, moving on to favorite video games.
We
know one.
Well, we know one, Sonic. I also like me some Fortnite. Especially Fortnite Festival. I have such a fun time on that.
Yeah.
I also love me some Stardew Valley. Some Cult of the Lamb. I actually used to like Apex Legends a lot as well. Loba main. It's quite a lot, actually. I used to be big into Mario Party as well. I was the best at it in my house.
I can imagine. You're a pro.
I also like me some Fall Guys, Honkai Star Rail. Oh, and Persona 5. I cannot believe I almost left that out.
Yes. Fond of Persona 5. And also, it's worth mentioning, everybody, that Genevieve does have her own creator code in Fortnite. So.
Oh, you do not need to plug that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna be putting all your links and socials and stuff in the show description anyhow. So might as well. If you use code Genevieve, at the Fortnite shop, then whatever you buy, that helps support Genevieve. So make sure you plug that in next time, and check every 30, 60 days. Make sure it's still
Every
active, and
14.
every 14 days. Okay, every 14 days. Got it. Yeah, because those
It
things.
can it can also be used in the Rocket League shop and just in general, just anywhere in the Epic Games store.
Hmm. Yes. So
So
support.
even if you buy a game, you can use it and support me.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'll have to remember that. I will definitely have to remember that. Yeah. So Epic Games Store. Code Genevieve. Next time you go to buy yourself a video game, help support an independent content creator. Let's see. The next question was: we arranged to go to the cinema for a date. How does the day go, and what
Oh,
movie do we watch if you get to pick the film?
ooh. Okay, so whenever I go to the cinema, I do one of two things. Either we go and have something to eat before we go to the cinema, or we bring our own snacks and treats, and we just snack out.
I love this woman already. So clever. Yes,
I mean, why not? Why
this
not? Have
is
you seen the prices of popcorn and pick and mix and drinks at the cinema?
no daylight robbery. It is.
Oh,
Yeah, absolute daylight robbery. No, yeah. Top tip for you, everybody who's listening or watching: if you're going to go to the cinema, um, don't buy concessions. Just try and sneak in your own. You know, have an extra big handbag or something, and stash it there at the bottom, or invest in a false bottom in the giant tote bag or whatever. But you got to be
there.
clever about it. But yeah, eventually you can sneak in your own stuff.
Funny story. I actually went to the cinema a few weeks after my surgery. We
Mm.
went as a family to see Monsters University.
Oh,
Back when that was out in the cinema.
right.
um, I had to have a pillow with me to support my back
Right.
because this was still like fresh off my surgery. I still needed that comfy support.
Hmm.
We hid our snacks in my pillow going inside.
I love that. That is so clever.
And we were never even questioned about it.
Oh yeah, no, you're recovering from surgery. It's like who wants to be the meanie who you know questions the person who's still in recovery here. That's not nice.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly. My parents knew what they were doing with that.
yes, quite clever. I love that. Okay, well there you go. Another top tip for you, everyone. Um, if you
Don't actually do it if you don't need the pillow.
yeah, don't fake it, but if you need it, if your lower back's kind of bothering you or something,
Lower
um,
back, upper back,
yeah,
whichever.
yeah, just be clever about it and don't get caught. And then I think the last one is time for you to give me your best pickup line.
Oh god, I am terrible at pickup lines. Oh my. Uh, I could not do pickup lines to save my life. I'm saying that right now.
Just whatever you got that's your best one.
Oh god.
I think in your case, if you were to maybe just ask, I don't think you need a pickup line. All you got to do is ask. It's like, yeah, mate, I fancy you. You want to go out? I'm free this Saturday.
Okay. I think I thought of one.
Oh, all right.
It's gonna sound a bit weird. It's persona related. I'm sorry if you don't get this listening at home.
Just Google it, everybody.
Okay, yeah, Google it. Okay. Okay. Are you a phantom thief? Because you've stolen my heart and I want to confess my love to you.
Brilliant. I love it. I love it. Perfect. So cute. um, yeah. And here we are. That kind
I
of
was
brings us all up to the present day, thus far, and we we've been each other's Valentine for Valentine's Day. I nearly wept tear. Well, no, I actually did weep tears of joy myself on stream.
even even while he was singing as well.
Yeah, because it's just we've become quite close and quite special to each other, and yeah, um, things things just kind of had that way of working out with us the way they were supposed to. Um, I think it's worth talking about here that what really made things work for us was all of this transparency, all this really open communication, you know, having our questions formulated and just feeling comfortable enough to talk about things. That's the one thing one of many things I really like about Jen is that I can talk to her about absolutely anything. I can ask her a question and I'll get an honest answer. No mind games, none of this other nonsense that goes on far too often with too many people out there in the dating world, if we want to call it that. Um, it's just so refreshing and it means so much to me. And I feel so blessed to have someone who's like that. And I think as we start to wrap things up here, um, that's the one thing to remember is that not only we both said it before that I've said everyone deserves someone who looks at them with adoration, who thinks they're the absolute bee's knees. Um, safe to say we both look at each other that way. But Jen, you had something which really inspired the theme of this podcast that you put out
Mhm.
earlier in the week, and you said everyone deserves to be loved. You deserve to be with someone who admires you and thinks you're everything to them, in the same way that Rex and myself see each other. All of you are loved, not only by yourself, but by those around you.
I still stand by that.
That's that's so wonderful, and it's yeah, and it's absolutely true. There's a big epidemic of loneliness out there right now, and all we can say is there's no one size fits all solution for everybody because we're all different people. It sounds overly simplistic, perhaps, but, and darling, stop me if you think I'm going wrong anywhere, please.
Okay.
First and foremost, don't give up. Just don't give up. Um, I mean, I feel like I'm doing all the talking here, but feel free to chime in. To those lonely hearts out there, what what would you say to them?
There were there actually were times where I myself wanted to give up, but I don't know. I kept holding out. I thought if you give up now, you might actually lose the one. Just just keep hoping for something. And I'm glad I did. Like even simple things like applying to a VTuber group. Honestly, just do it. You you never know what it could bring you.
Exactly.
If I didn't apply for Project Astaria, God knows how different things would be now.
We might not have never even met. That's
But I'm glad we did.
yeah. Yeah, and I think that it's important, especially in this day and age, to make the obligatory mentions about petasocial relationships and things like that. It's
Mm.
important to delineate. Jen and I were friends and colleagues before we decided to start down this road of courtship and dating. Um, we both work together, we've collaborated together. Um, it's not impossible for two people online to fall in love. It's okay to meet people and make friends online. I think it's important, though, very important to learn to read the room. Remember that just because the VTuber or the online personality, the flesh tuber, whoever they are, is flirty, doesn't always necessarily mean they want to date you. So we have to kind of put that out there. Um,
It's it's especially the case if they do like things like ASMR, the
mhm.
boyfriend go experience.
Yes.
Like yeah, they do it so you can get a feel of it, but like they don't actually want to date you. It's just their job. It's
Yeah.
just their entertainment.
It's acting. We're acting a bit. So and sometimes it can be a bit confusing. Sometimes it can be, the lines get blurred a little bit, probably more than they should. Um, it's, just kind of is what it is, but it's again, that's where that open and transparent communication comes in, where you've just got to be honest with each other and, don't be nice about it, but don't try to spread each other's feelings because that
Mm.
just you run the risk of leading people on, and that's I think we've all made that mistake at least once in our lives.
I
Um,
think it's actually how Rex here is able to do his BFE content because at least he has a community that understands boundaries and all that.
yes, it's important to set those boundaries.
Go
Very
listen to
important to
his
set that.
go listen to his Valentine ASMR, by the way.
Yes, very romantic, trying to set a scene of me dancing with the viewer in the ballroom of Castle Rexworth. It's very sweet, very safe for work too. Um,
The little peek behind the curtain as well. When he was recording that, I was actually in the VC with him. I was a little muse for him to
yes,
use.
yes. Jen is my muse on that sort of thing. But yeah, um, yeah. I think that's
It was so cute.
it was it was. But definitely don't give up. Um, Perhaps you've all managed to garner some wisdom from our own story. I certainly hope so. Um, and just remember, Be open and clear with your intentions, with your feelings. Try as best you can to put words to your feelings. Describe how you're feeling. Don't be afraid to, because it's important to be upfront about these things. And especially, most especially, consent, consent, consent.
Yes.
Consent is of paramount importance. So
Yes.
that just, we have to put those things out there, but very important to remember. Genevieve Oso, thank you so much
Yes.
for coming on the Lord Rexworth podcast.
It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And thank you so much for being you. Mwah. And so, my dear friends, I implore you to remember the simple truth that you are loved. Loved not for what you have done or for what you will do, but simply for who you are. Loved not because you are perfect, but because you are imperfectly, beautifully, wonderfully human. In the face of life's trials and tribulations, let us never forget the power of love to heal, to uplift, and to transform. Let us embrace one another with open hearts and open minds, knowing that in each other's presence we find the greatest gift of all, the reminder that we are loved. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Lord Rexworth podcast. I hope these discussions have ignited your curiosity, sparked inspiration, or provided a moment of relaxation. To stay connected with the podcast and access additional content, be sure to visit my website at lordrexworth.com and follow me across all platforms there. That's lordrexworth.com. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on your favorite platform so you never miss an episode. Your support fuels our journey to continue bringing you engaging conversations and soothing ASMR experiences. As we conclude today's episode, remember, your mind and spirit are powerful forces, and we encourage you to embrace the positive energy you've gained here. Until next time, take a moment for yourself, stay inspired, and continue exploring the boundless possibilities that life has to offer. Visit lordrexworth.com and be a part of our growing community. Thank you for being with us on the Lord Rexworth podcast.